back in the MMA game, man. I'm back to claim what's mine, you know. And I don't want to say no names, but it was a few guys that, you know, kind of mentioned me, and they gonna have to see me sooner or later. It's nothing against them. They gonna have to see me sooner or later. I've always been respectful in this sport, man. I've never down nobody, called nobody out their name. Of course, I got my nickname, the bad guy, but that's younger me, man. I mean, a lot of people always ask, why do I have that as my nickname? You know, the story. There's two stories behind that. One, the simple story is because my favorite wrestler growing up, well, one of them was Scott Hall, and I like to throw toothpicks at people. So yeah. And then, you know, a situation happened with my third amateur MMA fight. I went to the weigh-ins. The promotion that I fought for is no longer up. But I went to the weigh-ins and I stepped on the scale, and me and the guy faced off, and he blew smoke in my face because the entire time he was smoking a cigarette. I don't know why. Maybe he wasn't taking me seriously. So I told him, I said, hey, tomorrow when we fight, I'm beating your ass. Ain't no touching gloves, none of that. Don't blow smoke in my face. I could have killed him right then, but you know, like I said, I'm professional, so I'm gonna wait till we get in the cage. We get in there. He wants to touch gloves. The ref clearly sees me say no. The guy comes out with his hand up to try to touch gloves. I clocked him with a left hand, put him to sleep. Probably my quickest win ever. You know, I'll say it was anywhere from 6 to 7 seconds, maybe 6 to 8 seconds. I got pulled off of him, and that was it. And in the crowd, I guess it was his daughter or his niece or something, and I'm sitting on his wife's lap or something, and they're both just saying, you're just a bad guy. You're just a bad guy. You could have touched his glove. You didn't see this man blow smoke in my face. So of course, I'll take that. I'll be the bad guy. So I yelled at the little girl. I told her, shut up. And you know, it was kind of funny. And it stuck with me after that, man, you know. But I had a family member of mine was actually already calling me that before I even got into the cage. My cousin, who is a big inspiration of me picking this up. My cousin Maurice Martin, he stays in Chicago. He was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan as well. Shout out to you, Maurice. I appreciate you, man. If it was you're one of the main people who got me here today, you know, and I appreciate you. I just wanted to let you know that. Man, and then honestly, I just want to take the opportunity to thank everybody that has supported me along this journey, especially with this injury. Like, my main supporters were my parents, man. Like, I know I hit their nerves sometimes, but you know, my main supporters were my parents, man. And then, of course, my son, man. My son is my rock. He kept me going, you know, little stuff that I couldn't get to when I was on one leg. My son always helped me out, you know. So I just thank my family, and I thank everybody that was there for me, my teammates. It's honestly, I don't know what I could do to repay you other than just saying thank you, man. I'm very grateful and humbled by y'all. As soon as I stepped on the mat after the injury, man, like my movement was shot. I couldn't move at all. So a lot of my stuff was very still based. I didn't have any type of movement to move around. So a lot of my stuff was mainly grab and go, as opposed to grab and move, then go. So the injury definitely held up my movement, but like I said, I'm good now. Doctor cleared me months ago. You know, I've been in here grinding, getting it in, dropping this weight. Another thing about that is, you know, just with this injury, I did pick up some weight, but now we're back at the point where we're chopping all this weight off, and I'm just getting back to where I need to be, man. Where I need to be is in the talk for one of the best heavyweights to come out of Michigan, and eventually best light heavyweights to come out of Michigan.
Same technique, put your body up underneath. Spit it. Spit it. And back. Again, real slow. Day one, man, you gonna be okay. Don't get frustrated with nothing. Right now, I'm trying to see where you at. When I pick it up, you're gonna be going fast. You're like, hold on, coach. You fighting. And I'm teaching you how to fight. Let's do the body. Uppercut. Left hand. Pivot. There you go, jab. Get it. Try it again. Go to the body. Uppercut. Left hand before you pivot. You throw your left hand and you don't move the front foot. Just swing your hip. Because you ain't giving no thing. You weren't supposed to miss that. Look, use your eyes. Don't worry about speed or power. Accuracy. Hit what you see. What was that? You see? Bend your knees, get under that. Do it again, bend your knees, get under that. Again. Now don't worry about power, speed. It should be not the power punch. You know, see, every punch is not power. I touch you here, I might be here, and I'll shoot you, just touch you. Boom, to get you bring the arm down. Whop. You know, now my power is this one. That's why I'm gonna rock your world with that. Gotta get under. There you go. You ain't gonna have nothing, you gonna have this one. So you gotta be one of your best combinations. Get it. Yeah. Alright. How many punches are you throwing right now? How many punches is that in that combination? 6. How you count 6? See, that means you ain't paying attention. 5. You ain't paying attention, so now you 5. Count them. No, slow down, just do them. Count them. Count each punch. Come on. 1. You missed the punch. You missed the punch. I don't know what you was doing. That was what we've been working on. The combination itself is 4 punches. And it ends with jab. That's the reset. Jab, reset. That means you finish the combination, you reset, you're getting out yourself to the next round. Okay? It ain't just a bunch of punches. Everything's in sets. So you set them up like that. Come on, try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Jab. Reset. That's when you're back here. For the next combination will work. Got it. Got it in. Nope. Just doing that right. You gotta drop. Drop. Look on you. Boom. That's how you throw that. That's why you keep hooking. Hook is the next one. The reason why you drop it, let me show you why you drop it. Okay, throw it to my body. To my body. Boom. Drop. Drop. Look where you at. See? If I set this, you out the way, now you coming up. Cause I'm here. Look. I'm here now. Boom. See what I'm saying? Okay. Go again. Good. I think everything is a reason. And that's why we're doing this part now. So when I start pushing, you know what I want from you. What she did it. Last time over this. Sorry. So what we doing this. So I guess you're doing some more twisting involved. Same thing with your left hand. Make sure you're turning that foot. Your waist off. Everything from here. Not from here. These shoulders gonna wear out. Look again. There you go. Yeah, just that. Just that. And more you get more power. That's where it's gonna count. Straight leg ain't getting none, that's all I'm. Let me shuck that. Right. Oh, damn. There you go. Good stuff. That's why you all over the place. Right?
It's not more so the ankle, it's more so like I said, like
Achilles.
It's
stretching? Stretching your ankle? Flexing. You gotta do flexors.
That's what I have to do.
Got to. Cause that's the same injury I got. You gotta do flexors. Flexors. It's gonna get tight. Yep. You lay down, just do these. No power. Just mechanics. Hook to the body. What kind of hook was that? We ain't throw a hook like that. You won't throw a hook. Not high hook like that. You throwing a rear hook. A rear hook is same hand. Rear hook is you get boom to the body. Over here becomes overhand, right? Yeah, I don't. You throw a hook this high. It's too much open. Too much open. The hook, the rear hook. The knee hooks high. Rear hook to the body. Boom, boom. Okay. If you throwing a hook, yeah, when you throw a hook up, if you throw it up high, it's coming over here right. Okay? Let's go again. That means you're not looking at me. I'm gonna keep telling you till you get in your mind. I gotta see what I'm getting. Sure. Gotta see what I'm not just throwing punches. Don't just throw punches. See what you know the combination. Just throw the punches, see what you hit. Every time you say something, look at it. Make sure you see it before you throw that punch. If you don't see the target, don't throw the punch. Wow. That
not too much.
That one. Doing something, you're gonna hit what you need to hit. That's the whole key. It don't do me no good, like I told you. I can give you AK-47. I ain't gonna give you no bullets. Put the safety on until you use it. You ain't gonna know what to do, all right? So I'm telling you what to do now. Get your eye-hand coordination together. Then we're gonna work, your footwork is important. Making sure that you keep your balance. That's by bending your knees. You know, you can't be, I see a lot of boxing fight like this too. They can't move as fast. They creepers. Here is where you wanna be, so you got the coil to be able to pop off when you need to pop off and spin out. So, you know, it's a lot to it. Now imagine putting all that with kickboxing. So, it's a whole lot. It's a little bit different with kickboxing because where I have to move is different. Like if I shoot my jab with kickboxing, it's here. The reason why, because this leg is coming up, that center leg. Bam! I get that leg right there. So I'm stepping off, I shoot my jab. Bang! Pop! wow, coming right back. And they're like, what the hell? How did he hit me with that? You know, or this. Maddox is my best prodigy for that. Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
He hit you with
He
that.
just won
Yeah, he just won. He caught the USAA in Waco. NBA.
GG, let me get that.
I legit told her I either wanted to be the WWF champ, because that's what it was called at the time, or a boxing champ, or MMA champ, or at the time it was called cage fighting. It wasn't called MMA.
Right.
And she laughed at me and told me to find something more realistic. So after I won my first amateur title, I waited for a while and I found out she was still teaching. And I happened to find out that I was going to be fighting for another title, which was Donna Frio's belt. That was in like, I want to say 2015. And it was also her last year teaching. And by this time, obviously I'm old. Obviously she's older. I'm obviously older. And I tell a friend of mine, I'm like, hey, I wonder if Miss Langer still teaching. They say, yeah, she's retired. And I said, wow, man. I said, she's my first grade teacher. So I'm like, I want to go see her. But I said, but I'm going to take all my belts with her too. I said, especially after I win this, because I had already had it in my mind that I was going to win that belt that night. And then not to mention there was a lot of hostility and anger and whatnot behind that one. guy that I fought, I had already fought before and I beat him, but apparently he went on a winning streak and decided that he wanted to fight me. I didn't really feel the need to fight him considering how bad I beat him the first time we fought. But I ended up taking the fight after he started verbally bashing my child because I had just had my son in September of 2015. And he was saying things like, oh, I hope your son has Down syndrome and stuff like that. And at that point, I'm like, all right. I let Donna Frio know I was gonna take the fight. I took the fight. And I said, after this fight, I definitely gotta go see Miss Langer. But my focus was on that fight because not only at the time, I was working at Greektown Casino, not only at that time I was at 231. I was probably in the best shape of my life. When I was at 231, I missed those days. I'm gonna get back there though. I was at 231 and long story short, we came out, we fought. He threw a few punches at me, thought he was gonna be able to do something. I took him down and I told him, I said, I'm gonna choke you out, then I'm gonna throw my mouthpiece at you and I'm gonna bounce it off your forehead. And that's exactly what I did. I choked him with a rear naked choke and I ended up getting that belt. But after that, all I wanted to do was just to go prove to this teacher who told me that I would not be able to do what I wanted to do, find something more realistic. All I wanted to do was go tell her, hey, I did it. And that's what I did. So I walked in the classroom with 2 belts on my shoulder. I had 3, but I only took 2. And I walked in and I said, how you doing, Miss Langer? She said, who are you? I set my belts on her desk. And I said, I'm Anthony Coleman. I was your first grade student. Remember you told me to find something more realistic to do? Well, I did. How you like me now? And that's how that went. She looked at me with all the little shock face and stuff. I'm like, yeah. She was like, what? I didn't know you were serious about it. I said, listen. I said, one thing about me is I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I really had my mind set on doing what I wanted to do, and I did it. And I just wanted to come show you that I did it.
When you are in recovery, you just want to get back to your normal self, and then you have doctors telling you, hey, you're not gonna be able to do this no more, you're not gonna be able to do that anymore. A person like me doesn't want to hear that. I've always been the type of person that would, if you tell me I can't do something, I'm gonna show you I can do it. A lot of people didn't think I would even be in the cage or on the mats as a jiu-jitsu purple belt or even as a blue belt at that. I had to become teachable, and with this injury, best way I can put it is I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about my body. I learned a lot about people who I thought were there for me and weren't. You know, there's a bunch of people I could thank in helping with this recovery. I mean, but it's not done yet, so there's no need for me to thank them just yet. One person who I do have to say something about though is my doctor. That's Dr. Patrick Wilder. He's out of Beaumont Hospital. You know, treated me like an ace, of course. He wasn't too big on the fighting and jiu-jitsu and things, but he understood how much it meant to me. So him telling me that he had to go in and put pins and needles in my ankle to reconstruct it, I wasn't too happy about it, but he did tell me, hey, you know, you're young, you can bounce back from this. And that was the main thing that I wanted to hear from somebody. So my original injury, like I said, it happened on October 25th of 2020. I went up under the knife on November 2nd. It was about a 3.5-hour procedure. I got a plate and about 12 screws put in my left foot. Actually, about a month and a half ago, I got 2 of the long screws that held my ankles together removed. Since then, I've just been, you know, taking slow physical therapy and slowly but surely getting back into my routine. However, obviously it has to change with certain things that I can and can't do right now as far as my cardio. I have to find different things to do But with that being said, man, I just want to be a better version of myself because this injury definitely, like I said, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. And it allowed me to realize what I need to work on. And that's not only myself, but my body overall. I'm not happy with the way I look, so I'm going to do something about it. And I guarantee you the next time you see me in the cage or on the mat, you will see a completely different angle.
Ah, that's good. Ain't nothing like some good H2O after leaving H2O, man. Shoot. It's a nice little striking session today because, you know, got a good 3 a day. That's what the plan is right now, you know. Get a good 3 a day in and cardio in between each sessions. Mainly working on technique right now, getting the weight down. You know, it's the road to recovery. I am dog tired, so I'm about to go refuel, do it all again. See y'all on the other side.